It's Wednesday the 30th of September 2015 and I'm in Scotland on the A83 at Succoth to do a walk in the Arrochar Alps. The last clip showed the start of the path. As you can see, it leads to the cobbler Beinn Ime, and there's the path through the forest. The path zigzags up the forested hillside. Still heading up the zigzagging path. The path comes to this forest track, which is followed for a short distance. A few yards along the forest track, the walk turns right up here. This path heads up through more forest. Still zigzagging through the forest, quite high up now. Further up, the path steepens a bit. I've now emerged from the forest, and there is a view towards Beinn Ime, a Munro to my right, and there is the cobbler, Beinn Ime, ahead. That's not a Munro. The walk passes this dam, and there you can see the path ahead. Great views ahead to the cobbler. There's the rocky path ahead. I think this is the Narren boulders. That was looking back the way I came. And that's the way forward. Steeper section of path coming up. Just look at that astonishing close-up view of the cobbler. The weather is absolutely fantastic. At this junction of paths, I'm taking the right fork. Now in the valley between the cobbler, to my left, there's the path, and Beinn Ime up to the right. Now there's a view over to my right to Beinn Ime. At this junction, that's the path up to the cobbler, and there's a great view of Beinn Ime, which is a Munro. In fact, it's the highest Arrochar Alps. Now on the slopes of Beinn Ime, the ground is very rough and I'm getting very tired, but there are some great views. There's Beinn Ime. And there's the cobbler. Now at the fence line for the path that starts up Beinn Ime. I'm not sure how far I'm going to get up here. I'm feeling very tired, but I'll go through the gate and go up the path. Heading up the grassy slopes of Beinn Ime. That's a false summit there. Further up, and the ground is very, very boggy. The path goes up a steep incline here. The path levels out for a while, and that's the summit of Beinn Ime. And here's the summit of Beinn Ime, my 13th Munro, and here's the view. I've zoomed in, it's awfully shaky, but that's Ben Nevis in the distance. Still on the top of Beinn Ime. I can't believe I've done it today, actually. I'm so tired. Now starting the descent staggering views ahead, and you can see the level section of path. I'm getting quite dry. Now back on the level section of path. The peak just to the right of the path is Beinn Ime. And there's a view slightly to my right of the cobbler. Still heading down, of course, with the cobbler ahead. I'm back amongst the bogs. Now well down there, great views of Beinn Ime and the cobbler, Ben Arthur. Now back at the gate. There just is a boggy part over to the made path, which leads down to the car park. Now back at the made path, and there's a view looking back to Beinn Ime. Now on the made path beneath the cobbler, great views ahead. Still heading down the made up path. I'm back at the junction where a path leads up the cobbler. Now approaching the Nurem boulders again. Still great views ahead. You can see Arrochar in the distance now. I'm getting near the forest for the final descent to the right. Now back at the dam. I'll shortly be entering the forest. One last look back at the cobbler. Now re-entering the forest. The path is still loose at this point. Now descending through the forest. There's a view ahead, up Loch Long. Now back at the forest track. All that needs to be done is bear off right here, down to the car park. Still descending to the car park. Now approaching the main road. They warn you about traffic, as you're not used to it after all that on the hills. There's the path the last few yards to the end. Now back at the Succoth car park on the A83 and the end of today's epic walk up Beinn Ime.